Yes. All right. Welcome everybody tonight to our November workshop session. I'm George Myers, the town supervisor. We have with us tonight Councilman Bedetti, Councilman Moreau, Councilwoman Santiago, Highway Superintendent Anthony Feo, Receiver of Taxes Susan Scheibel. We also have with us tonight our town attorney Dave Zagon, and from the Controller's Office Jack Finnegan and Doreen Casey. That being said, and Patrick Mangan manning the computer. Very important. Okay, first item on the agenda is we're gonna have a public hearing on Wednesday regarding the 2022 budget, which is in under the state cap. And I think all the board members have had an opportunity to look through the budget and kind of come up with their own thoughts for the budget, which all have been given to the Controller's Office. And I think we're down to where the bottom line is that it's probably a $5 a month increase to the average homeowner, $5 a month. So that being said, any of the board members want to comment on the budget? Anybody from the Controller's Office? Anybody got anything that they haven't said already? I know they've all been in there.
No, just that everyone has the binder book,
Yeah, and everybody has it.
and
I just wonder if they have any questions for you.
oh, okay.
I think you've seen them all, so. Okay, that being said, I'd just like to acknowledge all the good work done by Jack Finnegan and Doreen Casey in putting this budget again. Not easy under the circumstances that we've had here in battling COVID and everything else here, and I do appreciate all the work that you guys have done, Doreen and Jack. So if you guys want to move on with your life, we'll be here for a while.
Okay.
Okay, you must move on with
Thank
your life.
you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
You coming in tomorrow?
Yes, thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the schedule of fees. There's been some things that we have been knocking around for a while. One being the filming, the other being the dog park. I think we're all in pretty much agreement that we're doing away with that option of $1,500 on the developers. Another item that's kicking around is this dog license enumeration, which I think Councilman Bedetti brought up, and seems to be causing some consternation. I'm going to ask the town clerk. Oh, I forgot she was with us tonight. Our town clerk, Kelly Allegra. I'm going to ask Kelly to speak. I just got that myself today. I just threw it in your mail folder 5 minutes ago because I just looked at it myself. So let's talk about the filming. So we have talked about. You supplied everybody what I have received. We did some research, and I think that the Beacon one seems to be, to me, the one that probably covers a lot of bases. It's $500 a day for private property, $1,000 a day on public property, $1,500 a day private property for major commercial production, and $2,500 a day for public property, major commercial production. Anybody have anything else they want to throw into the mix here? So we now have somebody kicking around. And this only has to do with the daily ones. Anything having to do with long-term, like with the project at Toyota and those buildings, that's a planning board issue and a building department issue. This only has to do with these quick filming in and out. I think I need to get this in place now because someone is now here to do it. So if no one has any objection to those, I think those are the fees that we'll put in there. And, someone showed up and they decided that we didn't have a policy. So I just got this email today, and they were led to believe, and I'm afraid it was by the county, that New Windsor did not have a policy. And we do have a policy. We had a local law, we passed it, we did all the things necessary. And I'm not sure where we're going to go. I think that it's over in that Plimpton House, which is off of Walsh Road, heading down on the left. I know Stephen knows where it is, but Sylvia and Steve Moreau, it's on the left going down there. My concern about doing something for anybody is we need to do it right, because if we do something different here, someone will come along later and say, hey, why didn't they have to conform? So it's not our fault that no one did their due diligence to find out that we did do our due diligence months ago in September, that we put a local law in place. So we would be ready in case anybody showed up. So I think I'm going to speak with them tomorrow and tell them that nothing that we did And if there's somebody losing some money, I guess that's just the way it goes. They should have done a little more due diligence. The dog park, by the way, I asked Patrick put something up today that we're keeping the dog park open indefinitely. I talked to Keith Madetti today. And the only thing, we are shutting the water down tomorrow because it looks like some freezing's coming. So he's looking into some other options for putting some water down there. The fee for the dog park, I think it was 43. Is that what it was? Some number like that?
23.
No, that was for half a year, wasn't it?
That's for half.
So it's 46. Is that what it was for a whole year? So we start in 2022. It would be.
A whole year at 45 and 90 for non-residents.
Okay, so let's start with that. Are we okay with that? 45 and 90? Okay, then senior citizen discount and the veteran discount? We want that?
Brought up last time,
Huh?
I said, yeah, I think we brought up last time.
Okay,
Should be.
you good with that,
Yeah, of course.
Stephen? So 10%, 15%, 20%? I really don't care.
Say $20
Say 20?
Yeah.
Flat fee,
for the seniors and veterans.
Stephen?
Yeah.
With Sylvia?
Sure.
Okay, so that's what it is then, okay? It's for a little less than, a little less, more than 20%, so that's good.
$20 off.
Excuse me?
$20 total.
5.
Yeah, it's just a flat fee for seniors and veterans. I guess, Kelly, the thing to do with veterans, you need to kind of confirm that, either something from the VA, something, most of like I have a
They have
medical
a
card, or
Most of them.
DD 214, David?
Just one more question, is that going to apply to only residents or non-residents?
No,
They're
non-residents
senior
are,
level.
no, non-residents are 90. Now, residents, seniors, and listen, I'm speaking for myself. That's who the park was built for residents. Non-residents want to use it. So
I'm
I
not
guess,
listening, So we get
Great.
it right
Agree.
when we
Okay.
draft.
Yeah. so we put the scheduled fees together. That would just be for residents, the flat fee of 20. Right? All right. Now I'm not 100% sure on this enumeration thing. I think you brought it up. Now it's not so good. So I don't know. Should we just get rid of it? Is that where we're
So,
going?
and I brought up last time, so when we were doing the standard schedule of fees, when we changed a plethora of things in it, it was brought to my attention by Dave's secretary that that enumeration fee was in there. And we were talking with Stacy, going over the fees for dogs, and I said, if it's in the town code and we're not charging it, then it should be in the standard schedule of fees. So it was simply plugged in on that. Then there was some fee, pushback, if you will, from some residents. It's not, are we really doing this? I checked with Stacy. We're really not, I guess she was not technically counting dogs. I can tell you this,
So
and
actually,
I could just tell you this from my own experience from going around town for the last month. I would have to say, if you have 1,000 dogs registered, I'm just gathering, I would say there's probably a lot more dogs than that. So I don't think the counting of dogs things is happening. So it's probably a fee that doesn't need to be in there. It needs to be stripped out of the town code and this as
so
well.
that was what my recommendation was to
Right.
George, because when you came to us in December of 2020, you said that you wanted to look at the local municipalities and what they charge for dogs and to get New Windsor in line.
I did say that.
No.
It
Absolutely.
doesn't matter. So
Yeah, I absolutely did say, I just,
Okay.
my exact words were, it was in the town code, we're gonna charge the $5 for it, period.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
the
that's okay, yeah.
enumeration is supposed to be only charged when we do an enumeration. When
Okay, I want to get
something
involved
goes
in
out.
finance, so
Take
we're
it
gonna
out.
take it out.
Take it out.
Just take it
Simple
out.
as that. We just have to strip it from the town code.
So, yeah, I'll talk to,
Yeah.
Jess, the paralegal, by the way.
That was easy.
Stephen.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's what I meant. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Paralegal, sorry, Jess.
No, she's not here.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she's watching. All right, so I'll take care of that tomorrow with just those 4 or 5 things. The next item on agenda is what we talked about last week with the benefits for part-time elected officials and retired officials. So I think that, I thought last month we all kind of agreed that that's where we were going. I think the proposal on the table, in my recollection, is that part-timers are out, which would be the town board members and the 2 town justices. And the 4 elected officials who are full-time would be the supervisor, the receiver of taxes, the highway superintendent, town clerk. They would be eligible after 20 years, and it has to be age 55. So that's where it is. They have to have both. 20.
Okay, that wasn't in the,
No, we
it's
looked at
been
things over.
changed? Okay.
So that's where they would be, 20 years and 55. And the reason that's a nicer thing,
Mhm.
that I guess Jack started kind of looking it up and came up with that. So I think that's the proposal. So it'll be on the agenda on Wednesday?
Sure. Now, that's for the part-time elected officials, you're saying, right, as well?
And the full-time.
council people?
Yeah.
Now, well, I get it. I know right now we have, the part-time elected officials get.
And they would till the end of the year.
So now my question is, there's no, the current people on the town board, we're not grandfathering in, nobody in. Okay.
That would be me.
Now, we'll have an election, right?
No, I mean, my thought, and not to fast forward on the agenda, but, if we're going to, I see on the agenda, here's the ethics code change. And there's a number of things in the ethics codes that we're grandfathering in. I'm just looking to be consistent with things, that's all. And in that case.
So
we're
you
not.
can vote on it on Wednesday. Let's do that.
So what is it now that it's 20 years and 55 for,
The 4 full-time elected officials.
Yeah.
so
So
what
they
is the years you gotta be in now?
There's 20. They have 20
20.
now.
So what's
They're-
changing on that?
They're nothing.
Oh,
The age.
No, I don't know if the age was,
Yeah, I don't know either, but
I
I don't remember.
no, I think that they were 20-year, the full-time elected officials were 20. I think their last argument was that they should be at the very least get what our full-time employees get, and that's 17 years. And,
That's what I said.
that's not,
I mean, you can vote no on that if you think it should be 17 years. What I'm saying, that's what the,
All I wanna know is what it is and what we're moving it to. That's it.
I mean, I get that. I think my point is that instead of voting it no, and if we agree that it should be 17 years, why are we proposing 20? Why
I
we
don't
just
agree it
propose-
should be 17.
Okay.
I
thought
never
you said-
did.
Oh, I thought you just
No,
said, I'm
never
sorry.
did.
But it is
I
17?
misunderstood.
That's the question?
No, it's not. Right now, full-time is 20 years.
Okay, didn't know
20 years
that.
of-
Nobody told me that. Didn't come up.
I don't know that anybody's done that, by the way. I don't think there's anybody that's getting that now. The only people that are getting benefits now were all town board members.
Pat would have definitely got it. She was over 20 years here, right?
There's 3 of them. Pat?
No, but I'm saying she would have met it anyway. She would have been 20 years.
No, she had 20. No, she had 20.
Pat Malarkey, was she
I don't
20
think
years?
so.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
I thought she was 26 years.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Or maybe it was Alice who did one.
But she would be eliminated anyway because she would have been a board member anyway.
I don't know. For me, and I get what you're saying, I think the elected official medical benefits has become a political thing.
I don't think
and it
it's
shouldn't be.
political. I think we all talked about it
It
in
should
this
be.
month, saying, yeah, it just doesn't seem right.
No, last month, I think I'd like to go back to the tape, I guess. My thought was that anybody that works here, back in 2005, when the medical benefits were given to elected officials, the wording was crafted as, in order to get qualified and experienced and great candidates, we wanted to offer them some
Did you
sort
call a
of.
candidate today, asking them how they would vote?
What's that?
Did you call a
No,
candidate?
no.
today? No, you did?
Who?
Really?
Who did I call?
You
I-
wanna leave
first of all, I
Lincoln?
don't know.
Did you
Anyway.
leave a message for Lincoln? Because I think
Oh, I did speak there.
oh, so you did.
No,
speak
no,
to
I
her.
asked her if
Okay.
she was getting medical, if she needed them.
She took it to me. What was her opinion?
No.
Oh,
I
she
asked
did-
her if she was getting medical benefits from her job and if she would get them,
She
she
took it
got
to
here.
mean that you would.
Oh, no, no,
Let's
so
put it on the
anyway-
agenda and vote on it.
Anyway,
That's
so
the end.
I just think that it should be consistent throughout what we do with everybody. That's all.
So,
That was
when
all.
we get to the ethics, we'll see how
Okay.
consistent it is.
Fair enough.
All right, so the sale of the old water tank up on Oak Ridge, there was 2 people who were kind of looking to buy it. One put the bid in, and the other called me and said he wasn't interested any longer. So the bid was 25,000. So David, this is subject to a permissive referendum.
Yes.
So can you take it from here then? We won't do any action on this other than send it to you.
Sure, I just need the information as to exactly.
Yeah, I
who
have
is
it.
That's interested.
I'll Yeah, I'll send it over to you tomorrow. Okay, he's the only horse in this race. And that number that was put on by the assessor was 25,000. This year I thought it was 20, but somehow it got to be 25, and that's what he put in, 25. So he's probably thinking about outbidding the other guy, but the other guy dropped out. All right, the next item on the agenda is this Village of Cornwall. Every year they ask for the tax exemption, and every year we turn it down. I went to Susan's office and it's $3,429, so that'll be on the agenda too. They're looking for the exemption. They've never gotten it. The next item on the agenda is the solicitor's permit, which is Nick's Hot Dog, and he's a veteran. So he's kind of exempt from everything. That'll be on. Next item on the agenda is the resignation of Andrew Riggerbaum. Andrew sent me something here that he was submitting his resignation. And it seems to me that he has been out of the state for a while. I didn't know anything about it, and I don't know who did or who didn't. But he's now, I think, a Nevada resident. How it came to my attention is we were notified by the DMV that he had turned in his New York State driver's license, and so we're just gonna receive and file that. All right, the last item on the agenda for the public agenda is the ethics code changes. So if you want to kind of go forward with the changes, I'm good with that. If you want to wait until there's a new board in place, I'm good with that too. So I'll ask anybody who has any opinion on what they want to do. You like to have an opinion?
Yeah, I do. The last, I just engaged. The last time we talked about this, I know it was kind of sort of put on hold.
Mhm.
And I had a number of things that I wanted to just talk about or bring up in reference to some, just the way they were done and grandfathered in and so on and so forth. And it was like, oh, we'll talk about it later, another date. So, I mean, there's some legal things that I need to, obviously get into with Dave with before
So
we
you
go.
want to do that under executive session? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, it's gonna be time consuming. I don't mind
Okay.
sitting with Dave doing it, but
Okay.
I'm just saying, I don't think,
So, I'll say, so we'll let it go. Sit with Dave.
I think, yeah, I mean, there's a
Get it
number
written
of
up.
things I have that.
All right, that's fine with me. So sit with him, get it written up, and then we can either put it on the December or January.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
fine.
really care.
No, yeah,
Doesn't matter to
that's
me.
perfect.
Okay, so that wraps up that part of the agenda. Now we're gonna go into executive session to discuss a few items. One is personnel, and the other is we're selling some property. I've been advised by the town attorney that we should discuss in executive session. So at that point, Alberto, nice to see you. Don?